Today we're going to have a writing workshop using the first lesson of Mastering Words. And we've introduced Mastering Words in a previous video where we talked about how the whole book works and its emphasis on expository writing. But now I'm going to just do workshops one after the other, and we'd love for you to participate in those workshops. We're going to start with the first lesson, which is on words. And before I get started doing the workshop with my nieces and nephews and children, I would just like to say one thing about Mastering Words. The whole idea about the book is that you can use this book with whatever is going on in your life. So, for instance, if you've got a huge gardening season going on and you're bringing in produce and you need to work on that, but you want to have a record about what happened, the fun things that happened, you can open up Mastering Words, look up a lesson that talks about the kind of writing that you want to do, and do that based on what's going on in your life. Or if you're taking a family trip and you visit some museums and study things on the Oregon Trail, take along Mastering Words and you can actually look up a writing in there that will allow you to take that knowledge that's coming in all the time in all the activities that you do and put it in some sort of organized fashion that will also develop their writing skills of your children. So we're going to begin our workshop. So today we're going to talk about words. A lot of you have already been over some of this, but we're going to visit it again for the sake of younger children, for the sake of review, but we want to talk about words. So words are very important. Who can think of something important about words?
You have to have words in order to communicate with people.
Exactly. You have to have words to communicate. Aviva?
To describe like different things and
To learn.
To learn more, to be able to read more.
Exactly.
To be able to write.
Carrie Beth?
It's like a way of passing things to people in the future. You could write them down and then people will be able to read it.
That's how we keep a record to pass on history to the future generations. So another thing that's very important to remember is that words have power. Words, your own words, when you speak words and say, I'm going to do something, you suddenly feel this obligation and this need to do what you say you're going to do, right? Words also have creative power. In the beginning was the Word, right? It was with the Word of God that said, let there be light, that the entire universe was created, that you were created. So words have incredible power. The words you speak can hurt people or they can bless people. They can, if you say things negative about yourself, you will tend to follow what you say. If you say things positive, you will tend to follow what you say. So words have power, and we want to learn to use them in a way that it brings good. It brings good to other people. It helps us to overcome our own weaknesses. It brings clarity. It gives a good record, but words have power. So we're going to talk today about the best kind of words to use in our writing to make it clear, to make it interesting, to make it fun. Okay, so who knows what a noun is?
Person, place, or thing.
Person, place, or thing. Who knows what a verb is?
Action.
An action or being. The action or being in the sentence. Okay, so what kind of nouns should we use in our writing? What are the best kind of nouns?
Concrete.
Concrete nouns. Who can give me an example of a concrete noun?
Well, a chair is a concrete noun.
Okay. Recliner would be even more concrete, right? So chair, recliner. What's an abstract noun?
Like fear.
Fear. Okay, so there are nouns that don't get real specific and we can't actually see them in our heads or hear them in our ears, but they're abstract. And when we're writing, we want to bring our nouns more and more to the specific. So for instance, you can say, girl, there's a girl sitting on the couch. Or we can say, Connie is sitting on the couch. We can say, there's a person, or we can say, there's a girl. We're getting more and more concrete. Okay, so what kind of verbs do we want to use?
Concrete. Oh no, not concrete.
Strong, active verbs, right? because it's the same thing, really. Concrete is kind of a good word in a certain way because you can also have those general, passive, or abstract. We usually say passive verbs, passive voice, and we say active or strong verbs. Okay, so what would be a strong verb that could replace a verb like this? He went there. So there's no there is not a concrete noun, and this is not a strong or active verb.
He skipped there. And that could do.
And how do we make the noun concrete?
You could do Nicholas ran to the house.
Nicholas ran to the house. Okay, so that immediately makes it much clearer, much stronger. You can see something. You see Nicholas instead of just a he. So we get a concrete noun to replace this pronoun. Then we get a strong verb to replace this passive one. Skipped to the house. And we could say to his house even, and it would make it even more specific. So we have another kind of word that we want to talk about, and that's a modifier. Okay, so we've talked about nouns, we've talked about verbs. Now we're going to talk about modifiers. So what do modifiers do? Who knows? Obviously they modify, right? What are they? They're adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives and adverbs. I think y'all are all familiar with adjectives and adverbs, are you not? Yes. Okay, so what's an adjective? Carrie Beth?
It's a word that describes a noun.
A word that describes a noun. It makes it more specific, more clear. What is an adverb?
Word that describes a verb.
A word that describes a verb. And both adjectives and adverbs are called modifiers. So we do want to use modifiers, but let's look at it like this. If we have, if a sentence has a subject or a noun and a verb, so it's got the subject, who the sentence is about, which is the noun or the pronoun, and it's got the verb, which is the action or the being in the sentence. Let's look at that like the meat and the vegetables in a dinner, okay? The subject is the meat, the verb is the vegetables. Well, let's say the modifier is going to be the salt and the pepper. So we're not going to put as much salt and pepper on the plate as we put meat and vegetables, okay? So if we put as much salt and pepper on, we're going to ruin the dinner, okay? So if you have Nicholas skipped to his house, what would be a modifier we could put in about the house?
Big.
His big house.
White.
His white house. Okay, another one. His big house, his
new
white
house.
house. His new house. Another one.
His majestic house.
His majestic house. Okay. Another one.
His fancy house.
His fancy house. Okay, so if we say Nicholas skipped to his new, white, big, majestic, fancy house, we have as much salt and pepper on the plate as we have vegetables, right? That's not good at all. So we just want to pick one savory one, or maybe two. We don't want to put strings of modifiers in and ruin our sentence. So let's look at went or skipped. So there would be a modifier that could tell us how he skipped or how he ran.
Briskly skipped.
He briskly skipped to his new white house. Okay, that would be enough. That sounds like salt and pepper. But let's think of another modifier for skipped.
Frantically.
He frantically. Another modifier.
Distractedly.
Distractedly. Anybody else?
Excitedly.
Excitedly. So if we say that, if we say Nicholas excitedly, frantically, briskly skipped, once again, we've got too much pepper on the plate. It's all turned black and it doesn't taste good and it doesn't look good. So we want to think of our modifiers like salt and pepper. It makes it wonderful with just a little. It makes it terrible with too much. So whenever you use modifiers, use them sparingly. Okay? So we're going to do just a couple of very small activities. If you're watching the video, you can pause the video and join in with us to do this. So the first one we're going to do is everybody is going to look at this sentence. She ate that. And everybody, we're just going to take 1 minute, and y'all are going to write that better by making the nouns concrete or specific and the verb more active. Okay? So you think of a better way to write she ate that. Okay? Applying what we've just learned. Savory modifiers, concrete nouns, active verbs. Everybody done? Nicholas, what did you write?
Carrie Beth quickly gulped down the delicious food.
Oh, good. Sean?
Connie gulped down the 2 salty spaghetti.
Connie?
Carrie Beth frantically stuffed her potatoes into her mouth.
Carrie Beth.
Kaya stuffed Cheerios in her mouth.
Good, good. Aviva?
Ella hastily shoveled handfuls of Skittles into her mouth.
Kippy?
Samuel munched on the beef rib.
Good, good. Very nice. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do 2 small games. We're not going to have a long workshop today. And I am going to give you a word. This is a game, so we're going to move quickly. I'm going to give you a word, and we're going to talk about one more word before we finish. We're going to talk about synonyms. So who knows what a synonym is? It's not a cinnamon, it's a synonym. Okay, who knows what a synonym is?
It's a different word that, 2 different words that mean the same thing.
Exactly. For example, shut and close. It means the same thing. Okay, so synonyms are something that it's very good to be very well acquainted with synonyms, because we don't want to put the same word in a paragraph 3 times. If at all possible, we want to use a different word, even if we're talking about the same things. So we also, when we're looking for better nouns, for stronger verbs, we look for synonyms that mean the same thing but have more power, more clarity, so that we can use less of those modifiers and just that really good meat. Really delicious. When you pick your tomatoes and your green beans out of the garden, the first picking, you don't need anything on them. They're so good. You just eat them, right? You just stand in the garden and eat them. And that's the kind of nouns and meat we want. Nouns and verbs we want. Okay, so synonyms. So I'm going to give you a word, and you don't have to write that word down, but I will write it down. And you are going to write as many synonyms as you possibly can for that word. And then I'm going to give you another one, and the words are going to keep coming. Okay, we've done games kind of like this before. The words are going to keep coming, and as soon as I say a new word, you have to start writing new synonyms. Okay, and whoever has the most words on their paper when we stop is the winner. All right. Who got all 8? A synonym for all 8. Did everyone have 8?
I don't think I got one for work.
Okay.
I couldn't think of one for work.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Who has more than 8?
Me.
Huh?
Everybody probably.
Everybody has more than 8. Okay. Who has more than 10?
I do.
Connie,
I do.
Aviva,
I do.
Carrie Beth, Kippy,
2.
Sean. Who has more than 11?
I do.
Okay. 12,
I do.
13. Carrie Beth, Connie, Aviva. 14. Carrie Beth, Connie, Aviva. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. Connie, you led. Okay. Okay. So everybody, let's read. We'll do ran, and everybody can read what you wrote for ran. So, did you get any synonyms for ran?
Ran?
A synonym for ran.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Read it.
Stumble?
Stumbled. Any more?
No.
Sean?
Skip, jog.
Skipped, and jogged. Connie?
Skipped, jogged, sprinted, cantered.
Good. Carrie Beth?
Race, fled, tore, dashed.
Hopped, raced, fled, dashed.
Kip?
Rushed, dashed.
Good. And galloped, trotted. Okay. So we're thinking more. Walked. Nick?
I think I the same one.
Okay, good. Sean?
Lumbered and trumped.
Lumbered and what?
Trumped.
Tromped. Okay, yeah. Good. Connie? Trotted. Plotted. Carrie Beth?
Sauntered, stepped, tiptoed.
Good. Viva?
Sauntered and swaggered.
Sauntered and swaggered. Good.
Sorry, I didn't think of another word.
Okay, strolled would be another one. So what about sat down? Who got that?
I did it as seated, parked.
Seated, parked. Okay.
Seated and plopped.
Sat down.
Plopped. Good. I like it.
I said plopped down and slided down.
Collapsed. I mean, you have to kind of put it in a sentence to make yourself think of it sometime. What about wind?
Breeze, gale, storm.
Breeze, gale, storm. Good. Sean?
Breeze and gust.
Connie?
Breeze, gale, air.
Good.
Breeze, chinook, breath.
Kip?
Breeze.
Breeze. Good.
Breath and
Good.
blowing, whatever.
Yes. Laughed.
Giggled.
Giggled.
Oh no.
Yeah, giggled and joyful.
Okay. Connie?
Snickered, chuckled, giggled.
Good, Connie. Carrie Beth, did you get any?
Yeah, giggled, chuckled, tittered, snickered.
Good. Very good. Viva?
Giggled, cackled, hooted, hollered, and twirled.
I like it. Kip?
Giggled.
Good. Worked?
Pounded.
Pounded?
Labored.
Labored. I was hoping someone was going to think of that. Good for you. Okay. Happy?
Joyful and glad.
Joyful and glad. Good.
Same.
Good.
Joyful, cheerful, sunny, and good attitude.
Good. Cheerful, sunny. Good. Very good.
Joyful, glad, excited, beside yourself.
Field.
Joyful, satisfied.
Paddock and pasture. And that's all I got.
What did you get?
Paddock and pasture.
Paddock, pasture,
Pasture, paddock, acre.
I just remembered another one.
meadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orchard.
What? Orchard. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So see how you can do that? Okay, now we're going to do something else. Turn to a blank page and give me one because can someone give me a yeah. Okay, because I'm going to do it with y'all. One more exercise and then we're done. Okay, so everybody is going to write a sentence, actually a good sentence, that has what you feel is a concrete noun, a good verb, a strong verb, a modifier or two, and you're going to write it as fast as you can, and then you're going to pass your paper to the next person, and they're going to try to write it better. The same thought, but a different version. Okay, and so then,
Sign your name?
yeah, just put your initials by your sentence, and then the paper's going to go around the room, and we're going to try to rewrite that sentence as many times as we can to revise it to be really great, okay? So we'll see who can write the greatest version of your sentence. That'll give you good ideas on how to revise your writings in the future. Okay, so everybody think of a sentence right now. Just think of a sentence that you want to write. It can be anything. Let's not use the same one that we just used. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
Other way.
Okay.
You have to pass it to the left.
Pass it to your left.
We think it's too good, and then no one's gonna be able to.
Okay, Nikki, you start us.
Say who it
Chief
is.
Greg thundered by on his galloping horse. Fire Chief Greg stormed up dust on his racing sweaty horse. Fire Chief Greg stormed up the dry dust on his racing sweaty horse, frothing at the mouth. Fire Chief Greg threw up the dust on his racing, sweaty thoroughbred, panting vigorously. Fire Chief Greg threw up the dry, powdery dust on his racing, sweaty thoroughbred, panting vigorously.
Sounds like somebody put too much salt and pepper on it. Okay, Connie, you want to read?
The beautiful orchard had pink flowers and white dandelions. Pink and white blossoms bathed the orchard in splendor. In spring, the orchard wore dazzling evening primroses and white buttercups like a dazzling crown. The orchard was swathed in an endless rainbow of flowers. The orchard was swathed in a blanket of brand new flowers.
Very nice. All those are good. Okay, Carrie Beth?
A blackjack galloped joyfully across the field. That was Sean. Nikki. Our horse Blackjack galloped joyfully across the field. Aviva. Nikki's crazy steed Blackjack trotted excitedly across the meadow. Mommy. Blackjack, the snobbish steed, galloped haughtily across the dust paddock. Tippy. Blackjack, the snobbish steed horse, galloped haughtily across the dusty paddock driveway. Carrie Beth. Blackjack haughtily marched across the dusty corral.
Good, good. Sean?
Okay. 3-year-old. Oh, I gotta read this too?
Yeah.
Ari gently petted the new baby.
The new baby's
Velvet cheeks. Ari gently petted the brand new baby's cheeks that were as soft as
Ducklings down.
ducklings.
Down.
Down and
down.
this is confusing. 3-year-old Ari cautiously stroked his nephew's fuzzy peach cheeks. 3-year-old Ari cautiously stroked his brand new nephew's fuzzy peach cheeks, and excited twinkle in his eyes. 3-year-old Ari cautiously petted his brand new nephew, peach cheeks, astounded by his littleness.
Okay, Viva?
Connie. Brother Caleb smashed his hammer into the flaming tongue. Sean. Sweaty Brother Caleb powerfully molded the hot metal. Nicholas. With beads of sweat, Brother Caleb powerfully molded the hot metal. Me. Beads of perspiration dripping from his forehead, Brother Caleb carefully shaped the hot metal. The hammer resounded like a gong on the glowing steel under Brother Caleb's sweat glistening hands, of course. Carrie Beth. Like a church bell at a funeral, Brother Caleb's hammer boomed off the... What does that say?
Phosphorescent.
Steel in his flaming hands.
Kippy? Good.
Connie belted out her song with all the gusto she could manage. Connie's voice echoed through the hall long after she gasped for air after her final note. The sound of Connie's voice carried through the hall. At the end of her boisterous song, Connie's voice lurched into a shriek that resounded through the house.
That's what I was aiming for.
Connie's boisterous song rang out in a high-pitched off-tune melody.
Carrie Beth. Rusty the foul bovine stomped to the pasture. Connie. Rusty the foul bovine snorted and stomped off to the green pasture. Sean. Rusty the tempered Jersey bovine lumbered to the lush pasture. I like an oath, I guess. Nicholas, Rusty the tempered Jersey bovine lumbered off to the lush greener pasture. Who's this? Rusty the totally vile milk cow lurched ungracefully towards the spring green meadow. Me, Rusty the hated milk cow. Rusty the hated milk cow lumbered again off the path and into Aunt Amanda's garden, tromping down lettuce and devouring peas as she went. Now that's the most accurate.
No, this is true. There was a cow named Rusty, and she always did bad things at milk choice.
I know. We had one named Posy when I was little. Okay. That is all we had planned for today. So thank you all for participating. Use synonyms and good words. And thank you for participating with us in the video.